my passionate and loyal Scorpio friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Scorpio, there's a quiet unrest moving beneath the surface this week, a sensation that something within you is preparing to shift, even if you're not entirely sure what. You might find yourself drawn inward, listening more closely to your own silences. There's the faintest yearning, like a question you haven't quite put words to, humming behind your daily actions. You may sense a subtle tension between what you show to the world and what you're actually feeling. It's not discomfort exactly, but more a soft pressure, as if you're sitting with a secret that hasn't formed fully enough to speak aloud. This is the kind of week where your emotional landscape feels rich, fertile, a little mysterious even to you. There's a sense that you're holding something gentle and vulnerable, and yet you're not sure who or what it's for. At times, you might notice yourself craving comfort or reassurance, but stopping short of asking for it. You're holding space for your own complexity, aware of how much you keep contained for now. From this place, the Empress quietly emerges within you. There's a warmth that radiates beneath your skin, a subtle but unmistakable urge to nurture and protect, not only others, but also the softer places in yourself. You might notice how you're drawn to beauty in simple things, the way light falls across a table, the hush at the end of a long conversation, the comfort of an old song. There's a fullness here, a desire to offer yourself gentleness, even if the world outside feels hurried or indifferent. You're in touch with a part of yourself that is creative in a quiet way, maybe not in bold gestures, but in the way you arrange your space, tend to your body, or allow yourself a small indulgence without guilt. Underneath this, there's also a longing for connection that feels both tender and a little cautious. You want to be seen, but only by the ones who will handle you with care. There's a silent wish for someone to notice your efforts, to recognize the emotional labor you invest in even the smallest things. Yet you hesitate to make demands. Instead, you cultivate patience, trusting that what you offer will be enough. Perhaps you're more aware than usual of the cycles in your life, moments of fullness, emptiness, and all the gentle transitions between. You sense that you're part of something quietly unfolding, even if you can't name it yet. You're learning to rest in this awareness, letting it settle in your body like a soft exhale. There's a gentle courage in this, holding your own vulnerability, allowing yourself to feel deeply, and recognizing that you are in fact enough, even when no one else is watching. As this inner state ripens, it naturally begins to shape the path ahead. When you move through the world with this gentle awareness, you notice how your relationships and routines subtly shift. The need to tend to your own softness creates new questions about where you belong and what truly supports you. The tension between giving and receiving starts to tug at your day-to-day choices, inviting you to notice what feels grounding and what feels draining. It's as if your internal landscape is quietly negotiating with the outside world, making space for more authentic connection and a quieter pace, even as life's demands keep humming along. This is where the Hierophant steps in, not as a rigid rule keeper, but as the pressure of tradition, expectation, and the known. You may feel the weight of routines, old stories, or inherited beliefs pressing in around the edges of your week. There's a sense of friction between what you've always done and what feels nourishing now. Perhaps you find yourself pulled into familiar roles, the responsible one, the secret keeper, the person others rely on when things get heavy. These roles are comfortable, but they may also feel a little confining, as if you're being gently nudged to question whether they still fit. It's possible that advice or opinions from others, family, mentors, or even well-intentioned friends, begin to surface, reminding you of what's expected. These voices aren't always loud, but they linger in the background, shaping your choices in subtle ways. You might notice yourself reaching for certainty, craving the safety of the tried and true, even as your inner world pushes for something softer and more authentic. There's a quiet momentum here, rituals, habits, and traditions that you lean on, sometimes out of comfort, sometimes out of habit. Yet this week you may sense a subtle friction, a desire to honor what's meaningful without being confined by it. The pressure is real, but so is your capacity to discern what truly feels right for you now. You're learning to move through these familiar patterns, aware that while they offer safety, they may also limit the fullness of your current experience. There's a gentle negotiation happening within you, one that asks, how can I honor where I come from while also making space for where I am now? This is not a battle, but a slow, steady process of sorting what belongs to you from what you've simply carried for too long. And so your potential this week depends on how consciously you meet these pressures. The moment is not about breaking free or making a grand declaration. Instead, it's about noticing the subtle shifts, the places where your old habits rub against your new needs. Growth arrives if you allow yourself to stay present, to breathe through the discomfort, and to notice what feels true, even if it's quiet and unassuming. When the Queen of Cups makes herself felt, it is as if you are being quietly invited to inhabit your own emotional wisdom. There's a possibility here, the chance to hold your feelings with even more compassion, to allow your intuition a little more space in your daily life. This isn't about finding perfect answers or arriving at certainty. Instead, it's about being willing to sit with the complexity of your own heart. You may find that when you stop fighting your sensitivity, it becomes a source of strength. There's an invitation to let your empathy guide you, both with yourself and with those around you. This week, your greatest growth may come in the moments when you simply allow yourself to feel what you feel, without judgment, without rushing to fix or explain. In these quiet spaces, you discover a deep reservoir of resilience and understanding, one that has always been there, waiting for you to trust it. You might notice your boundaries becoming clearer, not through force, but through gentle self-awareness. There's a sense of inner peace that slowly emerges when you allow your emotions to flow, rather than bottling them up or pushing them aside. This is not a promise of ease, but an invitation to trust your own capacity to hold space for everything you are, soft, strong, uncertain, wise. The growth available to you is woven through everyday choices, a pause before responding, a kind word to yourself, a willingness to listen deeply. In these small, conscious acts, you embody the fullness of your own emotional depth, and that in itself is enough. All three energies flow together into a single, living thread. The Empress's nurturing warmth reminds you that your softness is not a weakness, but the soil from which everything grows. The Hierophant's steady presence asks you to notice the traditions and beliefs that have shaped your path, without letting them define your future. The Queen of Cups offers the gentle assurance that your feelings are not obstacles, but guides. Each part of you is needed this week, the part that longs for comfort, the part that questions what is expected, and the part that listens closely to the quiet wisdom inside. These are not separate, but interwoven, creating a richer, more honest experience. The tension you feel is a sign of growth, not failure. The discomfort is simply the space where new understanding can take root. You don't have to choose between honoring your past and embracing your present. Both can coexist gently side by side. Let yourself move slowly, trusting that the answers you seek will unfold in their own time, in their own way. In the end, you are held by your own tenderness, supported by your own discernment, and guided by an inner wisdom that has never left you. This week is not about achieving or arriving, but about being, softly, honestly, and fully. And that, Scorpio, is more than enough. Actionable insights for Scorpio this week. Try letting yourself savor even the smallest, comforting moments you notice today. Gently listen for your own needs before responding to outside expectations. Allow your feelings to flow, even if no one else sees them. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I am allowed to move gently through my day. I trust the wisdom in my own feelings. I honor where I've come from and where I am now. I am enough just as I am. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.